Once upon a time, the colorful kingdom of Roseland was a peaceful and prosperous place, and its people were filled with laughter and joy. But then came the glooming. A mysterious shadow swept the land, darkening it day by day, until Roseland was entirely transformed to a harsh black and white. It stole the world's color, and with it, everyone's hopes and dreams. In such a world, Cinderella's life went much as you'd expect it. Her father died, and while the house was left in her name, she was left in her wicked stepmother's care. But in this world, Cinderella never went to the ball. After her wicked stepsisters tore her dress, she had no one at all to help her, because in this world, her fairy godmother was dead, killed by the glooming, or so it seemed. For 15 years, Cinderella remained a servant in her stepmother's care, but she knew in her heart there was something more out there. She'd seen it, and then one day, a suitor arrived, Hubert Davenport. He came with his 3 sons and an ingenious proposal: 4 unwed women, 4 unwed men, a noble chateau burdened by heavy debt, and a wealthy merchant eager to raise his station. The solution seemed as black and white as Roseland itself, but Cinderella didn't fit into Hubert's plans. He knew that she had been blessed by the fairy. She was kind and virtuous, and she would bear kind and virtuous children. Children not fit to survive in a world of black and white. So Hubert had a different sort of proposal in mind. Cinderella owned the house. So in order for their 2 families to truly become one, Cinderella had to die. And her stepmother, wicked as she is, agreed. In a desperate flight from her fate, and with a little bit of luck, Cinderella managed to find herself holding her breath underwater, chased, cornered, and trapped in a remote cave with no way out. But in her darkest hour, hidden in that deep pit of cold black water, Cinderella found a door. And behind that door, she discovered the labyrinth, a nexus outside of time and space, a maze of doors, each and every one a gateway to another world. Lost and pursued, Cinderella chose the door opposite her own and escaped into a mirror universe, a world like her own but not her own, a world where color was never stolen away, a world where children still laughed. I never thought I'd see it again. The sunset, a mirrored reflection of the places and people she knew, including herself. Here, in this colorful world, Cinderella wasn't a downtrodden servant condemned to death. In this world, Cinderella's fairy godmother was very much alive when she needed her most. And in this world, Cinderella went to the ball, met the prince, and lived happily ever after, as queen, beloved by her people, a monarch, a woman with power, family, love, everything Cinderella ever wanted, a life she could only dream of. So when faced with her doppelganger, the living embodiment of a life denied to her, Cinderella made a choice that would change everything. She replaced her